Welcome to the Collector Cave, and today we are going to review not all of these, but we're going to focus on Doctor Doom. I've had these two for a while, and these are old figures. Doom came out 5 years ago, and these two were like 2021. But I passed on this Doom, and I don't know. I think back in that time, I wasn't really. I had stopped collecting Marvel Legends, I believe, and I had canceled my order. But they just re-released this version, and I didn't have them. This is like kind of like a retro for the old Toy Biz. Although the figure is much different than the Toy Biz figure from years ago, the packaging is nearly identical. That picture is the same. This is the same, just no silver foil around the Fantastic Four logo. But I just wanted to kind of show these off. I've had Human Torch and Invisible Woman for quite a while now. I just haven't opened them, but we'll get there one day. I can't find Mr. Fantastic or Thing except on the secondary market, which I'm not going to go there yet. But with the release of the Hot Toys Doctor Doom that I reviewed just a few days ago, this guy came in, and boy, I'm excited to have two Doom figures in basically 1 week. I've had him since last week, and now we're getting to it. So this packaging is so great. I know it's big and clunky, but if you're a fan of the old Toy Biz toys from the early 2000s and prior, I believe, it's going back a while now, this is right up your alley. It's crazy to think that this is a retro figure from 2000, right? But anyway, it's awesome packaging. It's for ages 4 and up with a choking hazard for not for children under 3 years. So parents, take a look at that. And there's this awesome picture of Doom. Comes with a couple books, the Ultimate Nullifier, an extra set of hands, and some effect pieces, which we have seen these effect pieces from Hasbro quite a while. Here's Johnny Storm's Flame effect piece. And that's fine, they're reusing pieces. If it keeps the cost down a little bit, which we'll talk about that. The cost is not going down. Anyway, and there's some boost effect pieces as well. And his pistol is in here, the Luger version. So look at the back of this packaging. Now, this is pretty cool. It has a little write-up about Doom, and I'm going to read it. But as I read it, think of it as Stan Lee, presenting this in Stan Lee's voice, which I can't replicate, but it's just so Stan Lee. I love it. It says, Victor Von Doom is bent on complete world domination. As Dr. Doom, he applies unlimited resources to square off against his arch nemesis, the Fantastic Four. Yeah, super cool. And they show a picture of the figure. I don't know why, a drawing of him. That's pretty cool. And then here's some legalese down here, UPC. It still has a 2020 date on it, but this is definitely another wave of this figure for this year. So I'm going to try and open this up gently to try and preserve the packaging. I don't know if I'll keep it. I really do love the look here. It's so cool. All right, and here is Dr. Doom and everything he comes with. I was able to preserve the packaging. I just wanted to kind of put this out. You can always put that as a display piece if you wanted to, as a diorama or something, I don't know, on your shelf. But here's everything he comes with. Comes with a good amount of accessories. We talked about those accessory pieces right here. They really look like they're glowing, don't they? I barely have any light on them, and they look like they're glowing in the camera. Super cool. They're translucent. They're really soft. They're softer than the ones that came with than Johnny, the newest Fantastic Four First Steps. Pretty sure it's the same mold, but these are a lot more pliable, which might be easier to go on the hands. He comes with booster effects as well right here, which go on his backpack. We'll show that in a minute. The Ultimate Nullifier, which is something that Reed uses. And I think Doom does in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, was it for Galactus, I think, right? Yeah, for Galactus. I forget if Doom used that in Galactus. I know he made the Power Cosmic harness, but I can't remember if Doom used the Ultimate Nullifier. Boy, let me know. I can't remember. My mind's blank. Big Doom fan, and I can't remember. And then he has two extra hands. One is a trigger finger, and then one is like a open palm hand, like a grasping hand, or a really cool Monarch type hand. And he does come with the pistol, the Luger version. It's black. It's very pliable. The pistol end was bent a little bit, but it comes in his holster. So don't think you don't see it. If you don't see it in the packaging, it's in his holster, which opens up and plugs in closed. And he comes with two books. never been big on the mystic side of Doom. I'm more the scientific side, but this, I believe, is one of Strange's books. I don't know them. I never really got into that part of Doom too much. There is a dent in each one of these books. The mold was dented. Unfortunately, the books have the exact same contents, which is kind of, they could have printed on a different thing for the books. So it's like a different book, but the exact same pages. And this, I don't know if this is the Darkhold or not. I think it might be. But yeah, like I said, I never really got into that side of Doom too much. Not my biggest. I prefer the scientific side of Doom and his brilliance. And then here is the figure himself. Now he's a lot different than the one that came out in 2020 as well. I'll show that version. This one actually has some soft goods. It's almost like a type of felt, although it's a little more rough than felt. But this is the soft goods. The cape is not soft goods. It's still molded plastic back then. They weren't doing soft goods back then. Although it's very, very light, very thin. You can bend it a little bit. Not that it's going to stay. Maybe a heat gun it could. But this is kind of what you're going to get. I think the hood and the cape look great, even though they're molded plastic. And then here's the Doom. This is a lighter green. Now, if you watch the 94 Fantastic Four cartoon, this Doom is kind of similar in color to that one, with the lighter green here, but he had like red eyes in that cartoon. But this, I believe, is a reuse. I think this is the same head sculpt the other one came with. The other Doom from 2020 came with two head sculpts, a modern mask head and then like a older looking like Secret Wars type. And we'll compare with the other Doom figure I have. But there's his gold medallion, which is painted pretty good. Paint apps aren't too bad. Let's zoom in a little bit here. You can see his eyes. They have his eyes painted, which is nice. I love the Doom mask. I love that they gave the old school look and not a modern mask. Paint apps in the belt look good. The gold buckle looks good. The buttons look good. And even though this is plastic, it looks like it's fabric. They did a good job molding it and adding in that fabric pattern. Really cool looking. And then there is his holster, which has a D on it, an Old English D. And it does close with this little thing right here. It just, and the pistol will fit in there. I wish they had the D on the buckle. I mean, it's close, but it's not exactly the Old English D. That'd be cool if they had a D for Doom. And then there is his greaves and his feet pieces. So let's go over articulation. Typical Marvel Legend, especially a Doom. Head's on a ball joint, but you don't get much movement because of the hood he has, which is fine. You're not going to do a lot of crazy stuff with Doom anyway. Arms on ball hinge joints, which do go 90, and they do rotate up. And then ball hinge or bicep swivel, which is really tight on mine. Double jointed elbows go about that far. You do see the pins inside. Oh, I thought this was pinless. It's not pinless for some reason. So they didn't update it. Again, this figure is from 2020 initially. It's not pinless, unfortunately. That would have been cool to get a pinless Doom with Hasbro. And then the torso is on a ball joint. Again, you don't get much because he has so much going on. You don't get a lot of articulation. Even like the ball joint doesn't want to stay turned. The skirt is cut like the other Doom figures, so it does allow for his leg to go up just about 90. Knees are double jointed. They're kind of loose. As you can see, he does have some chainmail going on underneath, which is pretty cool. You see some chainmail there. There's his underside. And then the feet, typical Marvel Legends, like a ball hinge joint that allows for some pretty good rocker actually in this figure, despite the greaves being there. Yeah, so pretty good looking figure. Let me get him kind of back in place, and then we'll kind of just do a once-over before we do some posing for this figure. But yeah, let's just check him out. Let me zoom in a little bit. I think I like the other Doom from 2020 better than this one, by just a little bit. But I like they did the lighter color. It feels more Kirby-ish to me, a little bit, which is cool. Armor looks good. It's that type of plastic Hasbro uses that kind of like has like, I don't know how to swirls in it, which a lot of people aren't crazy of. I think it works okay for the armor though. It's serviceable for sure. Yeah, it's a good looking Doctor Doom figure. Let's go ahead and add some of these accessories to him now. Alrighty, here's Doom getting into it, reading a book, doing something dangerous that the Fantastic Four may need to come to try and stop Doom from taking over the world or going into another universe or doing something evil. And that's actually a pretty cool look there. The book, it just kind of balances in his hand. It doesn't really clip in or anything like that. So you gotta be careful. If this guy's on a shelf, that book may fall as you walk, you know, something like that. But just note that that might be an issue. Yeah, overall, that actually looks pretty cool. All right, there's Doom with his sweet looking pistol, old school Luger. And I added both effects onto this hand. The ones around his wrist, the other one's just kind of sitting on his hand. So you can definitely use those effect pieces in different ways. And boy, they look really good in the camera. I'm not gonna lie. It's almost like they're glowing and it's just my light's hitting them. So that is really cool. Check that out, man. That look on Doom staring at you right now. Yeah, that's really cool. All right, and there's Doom. He's got the Ultimate Nullifier. He has gotten the power cosmic from Silver Surfer. He's taken his surfboard and he is riding on the stars. This is from Shallow Ball, Silver Surfer, first steps Fantastic Four release. But boy, it works. It works for Doom, stealing the board, stealing Surfer's board. Yeah, that is really cool. There's a lot of options you can do, you know, with this figure. A lot of different things you can do. You can have him surfing on the board if you want. Pretty cool. All right, and the gun holding hand can actually hold Surfer's board, so that's pretty cool. So you can get some, if you do toy photography, you can get it like he's got his board. He's taking it away from Surfer, and he's about to conquer the universe. Oh, that's all Doom wants, is to conquer the universe, right? No big deal. First Earth, then the universe. What's wrong with that? Okay, and here's some Marvel Legends to compare with this Doctor Doom. This is the two-pack that came with, oh boy, what's her name? From Secret Wars. I can't remember her name now. Captain Marvel. So that's Victor after he got the Beyonder powers. And then this is one we just reviewed. And then this is what I was talking about that came out in 2020, January, I believe I got mine. And I made a diorama for this because I was so excited to get a proper Doom figure in the Marvel Legends line. And a lot of reused parts between these. The tunic is the same, it's just repainted. They used more of a gold color on this one. The armors are painted a bit different. This is almost like gray. This is more like silver. And even the cape is the same. It just painted a little bit of a different shade green. And the belt's darker here than it is here. So you be the judge. I think the helmets, the masks are the same, although the eyes are a bit different on these two. Same mask, different eyes though, I think. Maybe they're just painted differently is what it is. And then on the back here you can see that this is the exact same mold, just a lighter green. This is more of a drab or an olive, maybe darker. So whatever the case, they look really cool together. All right, and here is Doom next to a couple Captain America figures. On the left is the Secret Wars figure that came out earlier this year. And on the right is the Mezco Silver Age Cap that just came out. I reviewed him just like last week. So yeah, the Mezco one actually works with this Hasbro Doom. I think either way you could go. You could use either Captain America to go with this Doom figure. And then real quick, I forgot to show this. You just pop the head off and the cape comes off, and then this piece can come off as well if you want. And you can see that tassel there. And then on the back is where these pieces for the boosters plug in. So you can take that off if you want to get more of a look without his cape and cloak. And then that hole there is for the cape to plug into. There's a plug right here. And then just pop his head back on. And if you want, you can get Doom like he is like he's flying. And now you can get a bit of a better, well, not too much of a, I'm thinking if you're trying to get him flying up. But yeah, that's what it looks like with those jet booster packs plugged into his back. And the other Doom I showed you in the comparison also has these booster packs as well. Mine are almost like they're put in on an angle. As you can tell, they're not straight, which is kind of odd. I thought maybe his torso was twisted, but it's not. So not a look I'm going to use, but it's cool for playability, you know, for kids. This isn't just grown men like me collecting these figures. There's actually kids playing with these. You know, you give kids options to play with stuff, or for toy photography, like I do. You can get different looks. So yeah, pretty cool there. Some nice compatibility there. One thing to note, when you try to pull the head off, this whole ball joint, this is the ball joint into the tunic, can pull right off. Mine just did that. And it's a pain to try and pop off this head from this part. So just be careful. You may have to use a blow dryer to maybe heat up the ball a little bit, the joint there, but just be careful, 10, 15 seconds tops, and then you should be able to pop that back on without any problem. All right, and you can use some other stands to get the books to levitate like this and make a little cool display on your shelf if you want to. They don't come with the stands, but I just use other ones from other figures. So at the end of the day, is this Marvel Legends Doctor Doom figure worth it? Well, here's the deal. This figure is now $29.99 on BBTS, and I think it went up on Hasbro Pulse. I think it's maybe $31 on Hasbro Pulse as of the recording of this video. So I don't know if this figure was 30 bucks 5 years ago, probably 20, 25. Maybe it's more because it's retro. I don't know why it's 30, because Hasbro's new standard is $27.99 for a Marvel Legends figure in 2025, which stinks for collectors, but we know where we sit right now in the economy, so it is what it is. But so for you, is 30 bucks worth one Marvel Legends figure? It's a choice you have to make. For me, for being Doctor Doom, my favorite Marvel villain, absolutely. I don't want to pay that much, but in this case, because I missed him the first time, I wanted to get him this time. And I have a feeling that's what Hasbro is banking on, unfortunately. They're taking a figure that's really popular, and it's going to be even more popular with MCU in the next year or so. And I think they're raising prices, which stinks. But you can't deny that this figure doesn't look cool. I mean, check this out. That is pretty cool, I must say. So let me know what you guys think. You probably watched videos of this figure 5 years ago. Maybe it's bringing back memories. Maybe you have this figure. I'm curious to know if anyone has the old one from 5 years ago and this one now, if there's any changes. I don't think there is, but I can't compare it because I don't have the one from 2020 of this version. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. And this has been Hasbro Marvel Legends Retro Figure Doctor Doom. Thanks for watching.